You trying to figure out what episode it is?
Yeah, I think it's 89.
It's
90, right?
Yep.
90.
Yep.
I know, dude. We're getting old.
Seriously.
Welcome to the Drowning in Pools podcast. We've been doing this for almost 2 years now. How you guys doing?
I'm all right.
I'm getting old.
Getting old. We're at 90 now.
Yeah, I know.
90 is a good age to die at, I think.
I didn't think I'd
90
I didn't think I'd
I think
be
so.
going from 24 onto 90, but you know, sometimes life.
Yeah,
like
I thought
that.
the same thing when I turned 18. I was like, I'm
Look.
such a young, healthy 17-year-old, and then I turned 18, and I felt like shit for the rest of until today. You know.
To be fair, 2020 makes you age really rapidly.
That's true.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if like there was a consistent theme about people who were like remembering age of 2020 and how it just like aged the shit out of them.
Yeah.
I would say of adult age.
There's definitely going to be some like crazy like studies done after 2020, just to see how it affected people.
Well, I mean, you can go back and look at the 1920.
Oh yeah, during like
Stuff.
the Spanish flu or whatever.
Yeah.
Which was not
I mean,
actually
it's-
Spanish. That was all propaganda. But you know.
Well, still.
Yeah.
I mean, China flu.
Also, well, actually.
Kind of, sort of propaganda. Did come from China, but it wasn't like China developed a virus to fuck with America. It was
Yeah.
kind of just an accident.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyways, video games.
What is a video game, truly?
I mean, isn't it just a board game but mechanicalized?
Mechanicalized?
can I have that in the
Automated?
Cameron dictionary, please?
Hold up. That's
Yeah.
that's definitely going somewhere. Somewhere. I'm going to take a note of that one.
It's okay. Why is the water wet outside of the bathtub?
Speaking of mechanicalized, I don't know. Speaking of mechanicalized, do you guys see that The World Ends With You was like Square Enix made all their shit World Ends With You shit, and they put out like a trailer or something?
No.
I didn't see
What?
what it was, but it got like they said that I think like an anime was getting made like a while ago, so I think that's what this is about. But I hate that game. But I hate the gameplay. It's just annoying. But I like everything else about it. So I'd love to play. I'd love to just maybe watch an anime about it.
I actually really want to get the Switch version of this game, the like final remix or whatever.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they put that out. Yeah.
Because it's like I never got to play the DS version, but I think the Switch one would be better.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Every-
a big part of it was just the kind of dual screen nature of it not being very well executed.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this game is. I've seen it all over the place. Every time I see it, I just think it's Kingdom Hearts in the modern day.
Well, funnily enough, it was in Kingdom Hearts 3D.
Yeah, they did show up.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah. Or maybe it was Birth by Sleep. Might have been Birth by Sleep.
It's one of those games. I think it is Birth by Sleep actually.
I get all my spin-offs like they're not even spin-offs. I get all my side games mixed up.
But yeah, every time I see it, I literally just think it's Kingdom Hearts in the modern day.
That's because you're
I mean,
harassed, my dude.
You actually might like this, Cameron. It's kind of weird.
I
It's like
might.
a weird kind of. I don't even know how to explain it. Like dual screen rhythm RPG. Super weird, but it's cool though. I mean, it's cool in concept, but just trying to actually do it is like, nah, fuck this. I'd rather just play a fucking
Yeah.
video game, a regular video game. Give me a rhythm game or give me a RPG. But
Well,
don't give
they
me this
just
weird
did that with fucking Melody Maker, whatever the fuck it's called.
Melody Maker.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that new thing that's coming out.
Are you pumped yet?
Not
3
really.
days to go.
Wait, it's coming out in 3 days?
It's out already.
Fuck.
It's out already.
Kill me.
I was making a reference to a joke. A very shitty joke.
I could tell because I didn't get it.
Yeah!
That's funny. Speaking of Kyrie, how come she doesn't get to just do cool attack shit like all the boys do? How come she has to have a fucking gay ass rhythm game?
Wait, that's all about Kyrie?
Yeah.
I think she's going through Sora's memories to try to find him. I think that's the plot, but honestly, I haven't looked it up yet. I'm waiting for the PS5 port.
I see.
Wait for the version that just comes with the new all of them in one game pack again.
Yeah. Because Lord knows, why spend $60 on a game when I can spend $60 on 12 games?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Fucking the consistency of Kingdom Hearts to do that it's both infuriating because it's 10 years too late.
Because you know it's coming, but it's like it's gonna come so late that you're like, fuck, I might as well just get the fucking base game.
Yeah, well, it's like fucking the first compilation came, I think, in like actually I'm gonna look this up, but I'm pretty sure it came in like 2011, which is 9 years after the first one's released, and that was 1.5.
I guess we could just talk about this article I put up there then, since
2013. 2013 was 1.5 release, which is 11 years after the first game.
To be fair, it wasn't like a guarantee they were going to put that out in the first place.
Yeah,
but,
I'm just saying, like
it just the time it took for that to happen, and then knowing that this compilation exists, and we know there are going to be more games, so after that first one, there's going to be more, but that first one
also,
for sure was definitely a toss up.
Their fucking consistency for waiting 11 years to put shit out is surprising, because they waited another year for the Kingdom Hearts 2 release.
So is that like, at what point does that get annoying? Where you're like,
dude, 11 years ago.
I was gonna say, like, this legendary game company takes like 10, 11 years to make a game, right? That shit like used to be like the kind of thing where you're like, oh, this is cool, kind of cool. But now we know how the fucking sausage is made, and we know it's because the game got fucking made and then unmade, and then they went for something else. Yeah, they kept doing a billion different things. Like, is that even? No one really gives a shit about that anymore. Like, in the sense of like, it's not awe-inspiring or cool anymore. It's just stupid. It's just pisses you off.
I think for me, it's cool when it's an indie project and it's something like relatively like new or very unique, like Hollow Knight, right? Hollow Knight took like I think 5 or 6 years, or like Cuphead, both took like very long amounts of time because they had very unique like play styles and
both of those, like, the story is also usually small team of indie devs, takes 5 years to make a game, and that's always awesome usually.
Yeah, and it's like it's cool because especially like with those two games in general or in specific, they're like very good games. They're not even just like fun, but they're like I've never played Cuphead, and I haven't gotten super into Hollow Knight because it's fucking hard and confusing. But like they're good games. Like I'm gonna have like a shit ton of fun with them because I'm a fucking bitch. But like
Hollow Knight especially is filled with like so much detail and like well thought out.
There's a lot of love.
Yeah. It's like it's very obviously a good game, even if it's not like a fun game for me personally. Although it is fun. It's just like it's like Dark Souls fun, where like I need to be in the mood, and that mood comes around every 2 years. Like, but I don't know, like with bigger companies, and like to be fair, I think that the ports were mostly done very quickly. Like not because they're bad, but just because like it's mostly just like an HD upgrade, and also they added reaction commands to the first game, but that's kind of it. Like I just don't care for big companies. Like the one time I like hate it is when we're in the same console generation. It's like the Mass Effect trilogies got released, or not released, but like announced as like the remaster.
Yeah.
But it's cool because if you really love Mass Effect, and I was about to say, like, who the fuck would want to spend $60 on the same game? And then I realized I have legit 5 copies of Kingdom Hearts. So maybe I'm not exactly the fucking, best talent to talk about this. But, like,
I think I have, like, 3 copies of, like, I know I have 3 copies of Hollow Knight, 3 of Zone of the Enders. I have, like, 2 of Bayonetta. I have 2 of Vanquish. I have a fuck ton of, like, just copies of games just to have on multiple
I have
systems.
4 of Demon Souls.
Speaking of which, did you get the upgrade? PS5?
I have not got the PS5 yet. I am waiting just a little bit.
Fair enough. But yeah, like
I'm just waiting to the point where I can walk into the store, go to the register, buy it,
just get one, instead of having to deal with maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a big company taking a long time on a game is just like, usually for me that's like a death sign,
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Unless it's like like a very small team within the company that's working for a very long time on a new IP, then I can be like, okay, maybe this will work. But if it's got more than like 10 people on it, and like that sounds really, really restrictive, but that's just kind of how I see things, is like it's probably gonna fucking suck. Like Duke Nukem Forever fucking suck. Kingdom Hearts 3 was just like, it was so different that it like.
To be fair, Duke Nukem Forever sucked because of a lot of other shit, not just because
I mean, yeah, but like the humor fell flat because it was like 15 years too late,
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And Kingdom Hearts 3 was like just too modern feeling for how fantastical the game should be. I don't know. I actually like the combat, but like it was still a huge fucking change. So
like Bayonetta 3, that we haven't heard fucking shit about it in like 900 days, right? That makes me think development ain't going too hot on it, It's kind of the same thing with Elden Ring. They said it's like their most ambitious game, which makes me think it's gonna be fucking. They're doing some shit that they're not really,
what
necessarily ready for yet.
What platforms was Bayonetta on before it got
the Switch releases?
So
it was on PS3 and I think Xbox 360.
Yeah, and then they got ported to the PS4,
and
along with Vanquish, and then the PC version came out. I think the PC version came out first, and then the PS4 version.
And then
you think it might just?
And then it got put on, and then Bayonetta 2 is on the Wii U, which was the only thing it came out on.
Yeah, it's on the Switch too.
The Switch versions, yeah. Well, now it's on the Switch, yeah.
You think it might be like something to do with the hardware not being strong enough for Bayonetta 3?
If it's coming out on the Switch, probably. Because those games have a lot going on. There's always a ton, like the Devil May Cry games getting on there. Well, at least like that collection getting on there was surprising to me because of how much goes on in those games. And Bayonetta has like 10 times as much shit going on.
Yeah.
So, just like the level of like shit blowing up and enemies you're fighting. It's just the sheer number. And, so I wouldn't be surprised if like they're having to like dial back a lot of that stuff just to make it fit on the Switch. But
because I'm trying to think of like what could cause it to take so long, and I think that's one of the biggest thing I could think of.
They're also definitely working on another game. They're working on that superhero game they teased like months and months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So their team is like split up a little bit. Which is probably the same thing that happened with fucking Elden Ring, and because Sekiro had like an update go through not too long ago, So I wouldn't be surprised if their team was split up on that. Just and that's why it's kind of that's why Elden Ring kind of slowed down.
Elden Ring slowed down. Elden Ring slowed down because they got an internal memo about Demon Souls, and like, fuck, it looks nice.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can't
raise the bar. It's like this Elden Ring doesn't look good enough, so we have to fucking go back and make everything look 10 times as good.
Like, BlueStack sent them like two gifts, and they're like, no.
Yeah, it's super.
Oh
nuts.
no. Your Demon Souls looks so nice, man. I can't wait to play it.
You know what, man? From what I've seen, like all the complaints about it just kind of sound like typical Souls fan complaints. So, it looks like it's actually pretty fucking good.
I mean, they didn't change anything, which I'm most excited about.
Well, I mean, they
other than
did
like animation
change stuff. They did like there's actual like number shit that got changed and stuff like that, but it's not like everything is still there. It's just the way stuff kind of works is differently. And from what I've seen, it's all shit that people hated that got fixed.
Mm-hmm.
So but there is some stuff that people were like, I liked it this way, but now that's not like this. It's not Demon Souls anymore, or whatever. So whatever. Just go back and play Demon Souls then, dickface.
Yeah.
There's a million ways there's a fucking million ways to play it now. So.
Mm-hmm. I think anybody who complains about that kind of small details, it's kind of lame.
Because from what I've seen, this isn't the Dark Souls remaster where they kind of fuck stuff up. This from what I've seen is like. Yeah, they just made this look amazing, made all the animations great, made stuff look better. They made the menu, or they made the stat menus and all that shit, and all the upgrade stuff a little more feasible to understand.
Yeah.
Instead of the confusing shit it was before.
I still think I'm not a fan of the backstab animation. I don't think it's changed any. I just still don't like it.
I mean, at least you're consistent.
Yeah. It's just it feels so like unapologetically heavy.
Yeah.
Dude, if that doesn't fucking describe Souls games, I don't know what does.
Yeah. I really, it really does feel like this is going for like a more like the tone is still kind of the same, but it's almost like I don't know, like a more heavy metal almost, like just you know, it's trying to be more intense with everything. So you know, you get the same kind of feeling, but you almost feel like you're going nuts, like the blood is all rushing to your head just watching these guys, like the fucking barehanded kill animation or whatever is just the dude punching him like a million times, you know. Like it's weird and it's so cool, but it almost kind of doesn't fit like the feeling of a Souls game, you know, where it's like they tend to be sort of more slow and more subtle. But you know,
I'm
cool.
still excited.
Yeah.
So I was looking around my Steam and I was like, why do I still have Code Vein downloaded?
Haven't you been playing it? Isn't that like your favorite game?
I mean, it is, but like I stopped playing it.
Yeah.
Like last time I played it was in August when the first DLC dropped, and then I realized because I wasn't far enough in my New Game Plus save to like go play it, I was just like, and so I was just like, fuck it, and then I haven't picked it up since. But
fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I wish I liked Dark Souls more. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, to just kind of go and like, hey, you know what? Kind of just feel like playing Dark Souls. Let's play a little bit of Dark Souls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just when you can. But it is what it is. I know, because like Dark Souls isn't really meant to be like you know, I'm just gonna go casually play some Dark Souls or whatever.
Yeah, I will say Code Vein is like that because it is that much easier than Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So. You could just lay back. I mean, I didn't because I'm a fucking loser tryhard. But you could just lay back on the couch and play Code Vein, and that's not a knock on Code Vein. But like, the game's very fucking obviously meant to be easier. Like, you get a helper for free, and they can heal you. Like, that's just stupid.
Do you feel like Code Vein is just, you know, you've kind of just played it enough, now you're played out, and you're just kind of waiting for another Code Vein to take its place?
I don't know, because it was a very weird, like, sensation for me, because normally, and I think all the people in the podcast, which is all three of us, like, anyone who's listened to all the podcasts knows that I like to hop from game to game, and it's very odd for a game to transfix me like that for as long of a time as it did, especially considering that it's a Souls-like game, which I've never beaten a Souls-like, and that I beat it, and I was, like, interested enough to try to play through it again on a harder difficulty to get the true ending. Like, that is a very rare set of circumstances for me, and I'm surprised I got as far as I did. I don't know, like, it might just be one of those things where I, like, go back to it and I really want to, like, finish it off, but, like, I guess I just got kind of tired of, like, going through all the bosses again, and, like, the other thing that happens is when you go to New Game Plus, apparently a lot of the bosses, like, resistances change, so those same strategies won't work, which is cool, but also, like, I'm trying to speedrun this shit, bro. Like, fuck off. You know?
Yeah.
So.
That makes sense.
I mean, I'm hoping eventually I'll get back to it, because there is, I did get the, like, season pass, and, like, all the DLCs finally come out, so I kind of want to get it, but, like, at the same time.
So is it done? That's just it? There's no more DLC coming out?
For Season 1, for sure, I think DLC's done.
Okay.
Let me check really quick.
So it's still being updated, alright.
Yeah, they're giving it a lot of...
Code Vein 2.
They're giving it a lot of, like quality of life updates constantly.
Yeah.
And yeah, it looks like all the DLC is... Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so Hellfire just came out. I say just came out, like January 30th. I could have sworn... There is one thing that I didn't see, which is Lord of Thunder coming out, and I don't know if that's out yet. Looks like all the stuff's out, and it has been out for a while.
Okay.
But if I remember correctly,
what does DLC usually incorporate for Code Vein? Is that like new weapons, new levels, new enemies, that kind of thing?
It looks like new weapons, so you can kind of swap classes in game, and like there are class add-ins for that. I remember the first DLC was not super well, like
received.
Yeah. And it looks like kind of all the DLC is not super well received, but like I'm trying to decide if that's because people were expecting more, or because or because it actually was bad, which is why I wanted to play it, because I wanted to be like, oh, this is like not that bad, but like
I bet it like breaks the balance in some way. A lot of action games have that problem where the game's kind of fine at first, but then the DLC comes out and it fucking breaks the balance of everything.
Yeah, I guess like it just wasn't really worth the price. It looks like it was just like very short. Like that's what I remember about the Hellfire DLC, was that it was super short. It was like one map and 2 bosses or something like that.
Jesus, how much was it?
I think it was $10. And then like I think the season pass was like an extra 20, but you got all 3. So, which is what I bought it. I bought that plus I got fucking what's it called?
Yeah.
Money off because I was buying it through Humble Bundle. Yeah, the season pass is, it says $24.99. I think it was $20.99 back in the day. Oh yeah, no. If you just go for the deluxe edition, which is $20 extra, then you get the season pass, which is what I bought. But yeah, like I don't know. I think the magic kind of wore off, and also I just stopped wanting to get my ass handed to me in video games.
Gotcha.
And the like New Game Plus kind of wrecked magic builds to an extent. Like not super bad, but like it made them a little bit less viable, which was good because they're absolutely fucking broken in the original game. But it made you want to like do more like fast attack builds, like agility based builds, and like I'm kind of not about that in this game. I don't actually think it's that good. So.
Gotcha.
Or maybe not like that good, but they're like not super fun for me, I guess. Like it feels very wonky to play those kind of builds.
Yeah.
And so like I wasn't super happy about that. But yeah, I mean like the base game itself is just fucking fantastic, and anyone who fucking likes, I'm not even gonna call it Souls-like because I think it's more of like a Souls-inspired game, because it's not that fucking hard. I mean, they should play it. Like, just pick it up on sale. Like, the base game is good.
I'm starting to think like now there are enough Souls-like games that the genre should probably the genre should probably take a name change, because it's not just kind of like Soul stuff anymore. It's a little bit more of like a specific thing.
Yeah.
That really needs to be kind of identified.
Let's see. What could you call? Because like it's kind of like a dungeon crawl almost. Those type of games are a lot of like dungeon crawling.
Yeah, I think they're like action dungeon crawlers.
Yeah. We'll meditate on this one.
For sure.
I don't know.
I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this about like Devil May Cry type character action games too, because they're more than just character action games. They're more like, because you could call like God of War a fucking character action game, but it's not like Devil May Cry at all. To me, it's Devil May Cry and like Bayonetta and like fucking like Revengeance, stuff like that are
super
like
best
stylish action games.
They put it the best way. It requires a style meter.
Yeah.
Once there's a style meter in place, it becomes a different genre.
Yeah, to me they're stylish action games and not just like character action. They're very much you know, the flair has to be there, you know. It can't just be I rip a guy to pieces. It's got to be I kicked the guy up in the air in the stop time and jumped up in the air, ripped his heart out of his chest, jumped off his body, landed on the ground, crushed his heart, absorbed the energy, and then time started going again. It needs to be like
that wasn't a cutscene.
Right, that was all in gameplay, you know.
That was not a cutscene.
So there's more to it than just like, you know, being action and having your guy do it and be like, you know, have your character do his specific thing, because that seemed to be like what the big thing about character action was for a little while, which was it had to be your character's personality had to shine through their moveset, but it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah, and I guess I'm more attuned to this because Kingdom Hearts is more of an action RPG.
Yeah.
But I would say like there's a huge difference between like Japanese action RPGs and Western ones.
Yeah,
like
that's for sure.
JRPGs are always faster, and I love that. Actually, maybe that's what Code Vein is. Code Vein might actually just be a JRPG, like a JRPG, JARPG.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. Because Japanese games are usually trying to catch the feeling of like, what if you were in an anime and doing all that cool high flying, high energy, super fast shit, you know? So
I think you mean the bomb.
and like Western action stuff is like, you're gonna walk around a big room from like an isometric view and attack a bunch of dudes, and then go on to the next big room and fight a bunch of dudes. There's no like real life to it. You might like in God of War, you'll fight a bunch of dudes and then you'll slowly open a box and then move on to the next room, and then you'll go to the next room and then the camera will zoom in on a thing, and then as it's zooming out, a bunch of enemies show up and you'll fight them, and then you'll open a box and then you move on to the next room.
I think it's just storytelling differences. Like, you can still tell a compelling story that way.
Yeah, too bad God of War did not.
Man,
that's the point. That's the point I was making, is that God of War is not interesting at all. It doesn't go out of its way to be like. It's in like, there's other games that are like this, but God of War is just the kind of the most popular example. And I don't even mean like the newer one. I mostly just mean the original ones, because there are a billion of those games, and they're more of like the representative of Western like action games for a little while that weren't like first person shooters or something.
Yeah, that's true.
I always thought of those more as hack and slashes than
those were hack and
like
slashes,
actual RPGs.
Yeah.
Also, okay, hold on. I've been wanting to bitch about this for a while. Can we we need to fucking describe what an RPG is, because like you can't just fucking say RPG. Because literally every fucking game is an RPG by the just standard
I
of the fucking definition.
I am of the opinion that RPG is a stupid and bad name for a genre.
Yep.
I mean, like, okay, so like I understand where it came from, right? Because that's like Dungeons and Dragons shit originally, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like I get that, but like in video games, that's fucking stupid. Of course, I'm playing a role.
Yeah.
What?
Like pretty much every single video game ever, you're gonna be playing a role.
It was like early 2000s where like everything just became an RPG.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like fucking
where everything started to have like RPG elements, like leveling up and shit, and all, like I see where everything kind of had it, and we've kind of gotten out of that recently, where now not everything has to have leveling up. Now the kind of upgrade systems are different, but for a long time it was very much level up your character like in an RPG, even if it's not a fucking RPG.
Well, it's like, I just hate the phrase, because like fucking Super Mario Brothers is an RPG. You're playing the role of Mario. Like, I don't like the phrase. It's stupid. If you want to be like, okay, this is a fucking leveling simulator, fine. Like, I get it. But it's like calling Final Fantasy 13 an RPG and also calling the new God of War an RPG, both of which are correct, is ridiculous, because that tells you nothing about the games.
RPG should just stand for games that you get to play the character versus you get to play a character.
It should stand for games.
No. I'm just saying, like, for like Mass Effect is technically an RPG because you can decide what your character does, yada yada yada. You get to decide boy or girl, blah blah blah, right?
Okay.
So like role playing games should be reserved for games where your character's actions are based on, or your character's personality is based on what you want to play as.
So you don't think the Final Fantasy games are RPGs then?
There should be like in-role games where you are playing the role, and there should be like out-of-role games where you are not really the character, you're just controlling them, but the character makes their own decisions and has their own personality.
I think the Final Fantasy games are adventure games. I don't think they are role-playing games.
I actually agree with that.
You're not role-playing any characters. Their characters are
You're taking characters out on an adventure.
I cannot wait for this to be dug up in like 3 years. Also, hard agree.
Yeah, I do totally actually agree with that. That makes way more sense than just calling them RPGs. So, because you know what? When I think about like Golden Sun, for years I didn't really think of it as a JRPG. I just kind of thought of it as like an adventure game.
Yeah, you're going on an adventure with your characters.
Yeah. I'm taking my toys and putting them on my little board and playing with them, Yeah.
Oh, look at this motherfucker. His toys will play with him.
I wanted it to be like that fucking that season of Yu-Gi-Oh where they were doing D&D and everything came to life.
dude, that was the best.
That was when I first got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Really, when I started reading it and Shonen Jump.
Did you ever play the it's basically like the tactics version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters or something like that?
Oh, dude.
I know what you're talking about. I did play a little bit of that.
I think I got like 10 hours into that game.
It was on the PS2?
Yeah.
That was a weird game because it was like super good.
It was really good, but it made no sense when you put Yu-Gi-Oh! Terms to it. You're just like, I suppose this works.
Because you know what? The thing about it is like it was more of the like master of games premise than what the series kind of ended up going for. Like originally the whole deal was he could play any game and defeat you at it and fuck up your life, but then it just kind of came about the card games. But then when they brought back the Capsule Monster shit, you know, that was when you were like, oh yeah, that's right, this is about more than just fucking playing cards.
Yeah.
Like in the show when they brought back like when they brought out dungeon dice monsters and shit for that one episode, you know, it really. I hope they remake Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. I hope they Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood it and make it correct.
My favorite thing still happens to be the scene where Yami Yugi takes over Yugi while there's a hostage situation. And he's pouring the dude an alcoholic beverage and goes, you can choose one finger to kill me with, and I'll choose my finger to kill you with. Whoever kills each other successfully.
Bro, the fucking Pharaoh used to just kill motherfuckers.
Yeah, season 0 was fucked up.
It was so cool.
Fucking lights the lighter, overflows the guy's drink, and then lights him on fire.
Super cool.
Yeah, season 0 was fucking nuts.
Because and I guess I really wish that we had just gotten that, because everything in the show itself is like, you know, with his character, you see him kind of become less of a, you know, mind-crushing monster, you know, who just totally lobotomizes anybody who walks his path, you know, but he ends up becoming like a super nice guy at the very end. I would have liked to see that in the context of, you know, I was playing all these other games and killing dudes at the end of them and then decide not to.
Oh my god.
Like half the people he doesn't kill, he just horribly messes them up mentally.
He'll like mangle them, or he'll fucking erase their brains and shit. Super crazy. That's what he did to Kaiba that first time.
Yeah, which is why Kaiba isn't a douche for the rest of this. For the rest of the series.
Like it doesn't get talked about as much, but there is like a whole thing where they show him really, in his own mind, putting his brain back together and like change his personality.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good reason for him to not be a cunt like 100% of the time.
Because when Kaiba first showed up, he was evil as fuck. He beat the fuck out of grandpa and his grandpa or whatever, and then ripped up the card and was doing all kinds of fuck shit.
Well, it's also in the actual like Yu-Gi-Oh timeline, because I think I forgot, like the actual Yu-Gi-Oh manga and the Yu-Gi-Oh Duelist manga I believe are actually different timelines, but
they are, yeah.
Like Kaiba got fucking mind smashed twice. Like,
yeah,
if it was one continuous like series, Kaiba got mind smashed in the first one after the Kaiba Land duel.
They had that first duel, and then they had that later on with that became like the first episode essentially of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Because that was Yu-Gi-Oh Duelist, I think.
Yeah.
But it's just like, fuck, bro. Like, what happened? Like, how evil are you that you need to get fucked twice? Also, Mokubo
let's not
got
forget,
fucked up.
Kaiba is only like 16. He's like the owner of this multi-billion-dollar company, and he's this super evil, crazy guy. But also, he's only like a child.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Barely older than fucking.
Oh my god.
Shit.
I need you guys to fucking see this really quick.
What's that?
Okay.
I'll just put it in the pull docket. I was just typing Seto Kaiba because I want to see how old he was. But let's just say that the newest console has some very interesting similarities now, and I didn't realize that.
Oh, you saw it? You haven't seen that?
No, I haven't
seen
seen
that
it.
picture. Oh my god.
It's okay,
bro.
I got one for you guys too.
Dude,
have you seen the one for the Xbox?
No. Oh wait.
Yeah, the one
on
with Kingpin.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I kind of want to get PS5 just for this. this is like honestly, just sell a PS5 like this. I would buy one. I don't have the money to buy one, and I would buy one.
Yo, the Seto Kaiba edition.
Absolutely,
Oh my God.
just his fucking head on it. Hell yeah.
And then like the base of it right there. You can just put make the base red and have little stars around it.
Fucking look at this one that I just found.
Yoink. These consoles are like so ridiculous looking. The Game Boy, that's funny. That's pretty good. Okay, alright. So yeah, I hope they remake Yu-Gi-Oh! Because that would be funny. They should remake it to be the violent shit show it is. But of course, since they're trying to sell cards to kids.
You know what they should remake? They should remake all those fucking weird games from the PS2 and the GameCube. Does anyone remember Forbidden Kingdom? And how fucking ridiculous that game was?
Wait, no, I didn't play Forbidden Kingdom. I played Forbidden Memories.
Oh, yeah, no, that was an actual card game. Forbidden Kingdom was this RPG where you, like, went around. It was, like, Risk mixed with, like, monster dueling, but, like, not the card game. Like, you actually controlled monsters. And it was, like, Pokemon and Risk combined. And it was the stupidest, awesome thing ever. Like...
Yeah, that sounds pretty fucking cool.
It was bad, but it was, like, really fun. I don't know. Like, I played with my dad all the time. So, like, maybe that's just, like, coloring it because I got to play with my dad. But, like,
fond memories.
Yeah. But, like, I remember it being not very good, but also I had way too much fun with it.
And there's a lot of games like that for me. Where, like, the game wasn't very good, but I remember it fondly.
Yeah.
Like... Ty the Tasmanian Boomerang dude.
Ty the Tasmanian Boomerang dude.
I forget the full title.
Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
Oh wait, was this on PS1?
Yes.
It was on PS2, I thought.
Oh yeah, PS2.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember seeing this in stores and thinking it was a knockoff.
Pretty much was.
What the? Ty the Tasmanian Boomerang dude.
Oh, it's on Steam apparently.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Fucking PC. It was a PC release? Are you serious? That's crazy to me.
Oh my god, it's there.
I might believe that shit.
I might have to go play this game.
And they made a fourth one that's just like a side scroller.
Really?
Yeah.
This series isn't completely dead? I thought there were only like 2 of those games. That's nuts.
Apparently there's 3. There were 3 on the PS3 / what's it called? Xbox / GameCube. And then they made a fourth one that's just like a Flash looking game.
Wow.
But it is very well received, so you know.
That's crazy to me.
That is actually crazy.
Because that really feels like one of those games that's just a product of its time. That, like Sly Cooper and fucking, like Tack and the Power of Juju.
Oh my god, I forgot about that game.
Like that kind of shit.
Bro, what? Jesus Christ. I think I saw one commercial for that, and I was like, wow, that looks simultaneously really cool and really stupid. You know?
I remember the TV show that they tried to fucking put out for it. Hold on. Go ahead, Cameron.
I was gonna say, did you guys ever play Vex with 2 X's on the PS2?
Vex. Oh, is this the one with the gecko?
No, that's Gex.
Oh.
That's Gex. This is Vex.
Now, I played the fuck out of some Gex.
Oh, it's this one. I remember, like, when this came out, I was a little bit too young. I thought he looked too angry.
I love this game, but I was absolute shit at it.
Wait. Okay,
I played a ton of it, though.
I definitely looked up the wrong thing.
You just type in Vex, and apparently it's like some dude on Twitch now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I type Vex the game and just look through the images.
I remember this shit. I
Oh,
never played
dude.
it because I have fucking taste, but I remember looking at it.
Speaking of not having taste, did anyone else play Blinks the Time Sweeper?
No, but I know what that is. I know it's another one of those games like Bubsy and shit, and where it's just a mascot game that completely failed.
Yeah, it did get a second game, but the second game was fucking weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is giving these games sequels?
Well, it was Microsoft's game, so they could just afford to put it out.
Who is like, you know what? This game that literally no one talked about, let's put out another one.
Admittedly, Blinks was really cool. Like, the first game was really cool. The second game was like, whatever. Because it was the first game that I knew of that.
It's like, even when these games came out, they were like jokes. They were like, oh, look, another Jak and Daxter clone, another Ratchet and Clank clone.
Yeah. It's so funny because Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank, I know one came out before the other, but mentally, I can't think of which one is the clone of which one.
Which one did come out first? Because here's the deal. They
Quick
do
to
kind
Google.
of diverge and become very different.
Yeah, that's true. Jak and Daxter goes, or Ratchet and Clank goes the route of items are your level up system versus Jak and Daxter where you just get stronger and more and stuff.
Yeah, it has like a upgrade system. Plus, Jak and Daxter gets like really dark. Like Ratchet and Clank kind of goes for the more kid-friendly shit, and then Jak and Daxter kind of goes dark. That's why it's just called Jak later on.
Yeah,
because it's edgy.
It looks like Jak and Daxter was first.
Was it?
Yeah, it was released at the end of 2001, and Ratchet and Clank was released in 2002.
Okay.
Almost a year later, so it actually probably was kind of close to a clone.
Well, it was a year, so I doubt that they were probably developing it when it was. Yeah, it was already in the works when fucking.
I'm just saying that's enough time to like take some shit,
Oh yeah.
Right, because it definitely could have been a different game at first, and then they saw Jak and Daxter come out, and they were like, "Let's change it to this."
It's like, hey, remember when we were gonna do that thing? Nah.
Right.
Like we're already making a platformer. Might as well just take some elements from here.
Yeah.
Remember we were gonna do that robot furry porn simulator? Well, I got a great idea, guys.
Still waiting on that.
I will say, like, the one thing about, like, looking back at these old games is, like, looking at the graphics, you're like, oh, we've come a long way.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm remembering this game, I'm like, oh, man, this game used to look fine. It used to look pretty good. Oh.
Yeah. I do wish we were kind of, like, more games were able to make that cartoony style look good. Or at least people would try. I would like this kind of style to come back in a better fidelity and not look like complete shit.
Let's see. The closest thing I've seen of recent time is Bugsnax, and Bugsnax looks god awful.
Bugsnax looks like a pile of shit. So.
Also, while we're on the subject of graphics, this Varvarion, the video you guys posted.
Yeah. The one about the PvE.
Yeah, which is cool. Like, I'm getting more into this game. But like,
I did not expect it to be PvE.
Fucking. Can I just say, like, I am getting so sick and tired of this fucking art style.
Which one? What do you mean?
Like how it's not cell shaded so much, but it's like the very like anime 3D art style that's not realistic.
A ton of shit that's trying to be cartoony is using it.
I know. I'm just getting so sick of it. It's like
because they're just taking like kind of basic anime models that would normally look fine in regular 3D and then just putting like a 2D shade over it.
Yeah, and it's really like it was cool when Granblue did it because it made it look very, very good. Or like when Dragon Ball technically has 3D models.
The best games to do it right now, I think, are like Hades, Guilty Gear Strive, and like Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but like, I'm getting so sick and fucking tired of this art style. I think it's very much the realistic shooter of like the early 2010s. Like same art style.
Who else is doing it right now? Like Scarlet Nexus is doing it. Code Vein does it.
Yeah.
Fucking what's that other game? Astral Chain does it.
Yeah, oh fuck, I forgot about that game. I was playing that game at one point.
the Naruto games do it, but they actually kind of look good.
Well, yeah, like Naruto has the added benefit of everything, of like a lot of the characters wearing like very, very bright stuff, so it kind of like breaks up the monotony.
Yeah.
But
yeah, a ton of games are doing it. It's kind of getting old. Fucking
so
Genshin Impact is doing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that game exists.
I play it still.
I played it for literally one day and then I put it down. I was like,
it's very much a like we're trying to it's again they're trying to make it more like anime as much as possible. So they're making it look like this. It's getting tired. Yeah. Like it's fine when they're able to use it and like push it like in Guilty Gear Strive, where they're able to use it like cleverly and make stuff actually look good, like in Hades. But here, a lot of times it's just, it's clearly still just a 3D model. You didn't really make it look like anime that much.
Yeah, I think
just stuck with a regular 3D model.
I think it's getting to the point where someone could show me this and then be like, "Do you know what game this is from?" And I'm gonna be like, "Fucking, I don't know." Like, if it gets to that point, like, I get worried, because at least like going back to the 2010 stuff, or the 2010 shooter stuff, because that's like what I was really into back in the day. Like, you could tell which game was which just a little bit by like the environment or like how they did the gun details, because like Call of Duty and Battlefield were very different. Like, yeah, they're both like shooters, but they were very different on how they focused their like energy, I guess.
Yeah.
And so like Battlefield was very like quote unquote like realistic, like the guns were like thinner because
Battlefield's super realistic.
And like, or at least, well, it's like, you know what I'm saying, right? Like,
yeah.
And like COD was a little bit more cartoony, for like lack of a better phrase.
Battlefield was more like war documentary, and Call of Duty was like war flick, like action film.
Yeah, so it's like COD was like an arcade shooter, and Battlefield was more of a simulation. Not like fucking Arma, but like,
Yeah.
And then you had like fucking Medal of Honor Warfighter that came out and was just like, this is trying to be Battlefield and Call of Duty, and there's a reason that these two games never play like each other.
Right.
Like, so, I don't know.
There are like a bunch of Medal of Honor games apparently. Apparently one of them is super good.
I think the original one was pretty decent.
Isn't Spec Ops: The Line technically part of the Medal of Honor series?
I don't think so.
I think it is. I couldn't
tell you.
It's part of some series that was like complete shit until that game came out. Spec Ops. The series of Spec Ops. Yeah.
I like how it ended with that game. Wait, holy shit.
That game was supposed to be the reboot. It's supposed to be the reboot of the series.
I actually played the multiplayer of that game. It is not bad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's okay, but it's definitely like, it undermines the actual like story of the game.
The point of the game,
yeah.
What the fucking thing does that? The game's all about how bad war is, but the multiplayer is about how fucking awesome war is.
Yeah, well, it's like, it's one of those games where like, I totally understand, because like, oh wait, this was made by the same people who did Blacklight Retribution. Holy shit. Alright, hands up for the one person in the crowd that fucking remembers that shit, which is me.
I've heard of that, but I don't think I've ever even like seen. I've heard somebody like say the words Blacklight Retribution, but I've never seen like a box or anything. I've just seen gameplay.
That's because it's only only downloadable.
Okay.
But dude, that game was so fucking fun, and that was the first game that I remember that like really did like gun customization, like Blacklight Tango Down, which was the original one. Which probably would be super stiff if I went back to play it now, but like at the time it felt super fluid. But like you could like take your assault rifle and like unlock different parts for it. So like if you wanted like your assault rifle to handle more like an SMG and like give up like the long range stuff. I want to say this was like back in 2010. Yeah, 2010. It was just like a super unique game, and it was the first game that I personally bought with like a credit card, I guess. Is like the best way to say it, like, because it was on Xbox. It was only downloadable, the first, like both of them.
Right. Yeah.
And so like, it was the first game that I was like, okay, I need to play this game, because I think Cnanners or Hutch was playing it, and it just looked so much fun, and it was, dude. I got my fucking $15 out of that shit. And then Blacklight Retribution was the sequel. I think it's shut down now though. Yeah, it got discontinued, or like they shut down the servers in 2019, which sucks. Apparently the PS4 version is still active. So only the PC one got shut down. But no, that game was the best. Although the Retribution was a little bit less, because it was a free-to-play game, so they made their money through like cosmetic changes and stuff like that. Like,
right, yeah.
Your whole like freemium kind of shit. But like the original game was like super fucking good. I'm kind of sad they shut down. Hopefully we see another one. Or at the very least, hopefully it gets tagged on to some sort of like other game as like the multiplayer.
Maybe it'll end up like Virtua Fighter and just be like a bonus game or something else.
True.
I can't. Damn, I want to play fucking the new Yakuza game so bad, but I don't know if I want to wait and get it on like on the PS5 or whatever, or if I would just want to like grab the PS4 version. I don't know, but it looks so fun. It looks great.
Speaking of other new games that are coming out, CD Projekt Red just put out Cyberpunk 2077.
What are you talking about? No, they didn't.
The trailer. They put out the trailer for it.
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
cares? Put out the game, motherfuckers. I don't give a shit about a trailer. I already know what's gonna happen.
Well,
Put out the fucking game.
It shows gameplay and stuff,
Yeah.
which you obviously never know if that's going to be on rails or not. But it's looking like a video game.
We're kind of past the point of being like, ooh, trailers for Cyberpunk. The game comes out in December.
Yeah.
At least it fucking better. It's been pushed back like 11 million times. It's time to play the damn game.
I think they've gotten enough grace out of their pushbacks. They can't be doing anymore.
They're already on fucking super thin ice, you know. So
like the first couple ones, everyone I was okay with. I'm just like, yep. You guys go ahead, put out your good game. I'm okay with giving you guys a couple more months in the oven, yada yada. You know.
And here's the deal, like a lot of stuff that was in some earlier trailers, just not even in the game anymore.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of gameplay elements. So, you know, they need to just go ahead and put out the game before they put out something that is not what people want.
Yeah.
It's not what people expect, you know. But we'll see. Watch them fucking push it back.
I think at this point, like that would be like the worst idea they could do.
And as we know, video game companies never make terrible decisions like that. Mm-hmm. They never have horrible bad ideas.
Never.
They never fuck up intensely and piss off an entire community of people.
Yeah, why would they do that?
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait till people who play sports games find a sports game that's actually fun to play.
Like an actual good sports game, like some brave indie company is like, hey, we made a cool sports game. You guys want to play it?
It has no characters that you know, nothing you can recognize.
But it plays exactly like those NBA 2K games.
Well, it's like
even better.
That's the fucking crazy part of it, right? Is like those games are fun for somebody. Like I'm not gonna knock that they're like poorly made games, but like you don't need an update. That's what kills me. Or like you don't need a full fucking game update.
Game.
Yeah. So
a roster update should be like $10 at most.
Or like
especially when you literally don't change anything about the game.
I'll give you $20. $20 DLC every year.
Like I'm down-ish with that. Like I wouldn't pay for that, but like I could see people who
what game series could use a fucking season pass more than a fucking sports game? Like, come on.
Yeah, the issue is that what do you have besides the new season? That's it.
That's all you need, because every new season, there's new players. So you just need to be like, all right, and the roster changes every season. And so if a player is on a new team, you can get a new version of that character or player on that team. Like, you can still make money off of this. You just will make less every season, a little bit less, not even a ton less.
And then guess what? Every 3 years, you put out the new game that actually plays better.
Yeah, like,
and people like us wouldn't be like sports games are a scam at that point. We would have to be like, yeah, they're just running a video game company business, video franchise, whatever.
Would they even
how this should be?
Would they even lose money? Because like they have to print the new games like onto discs. I think it might actually be like it might actually increase profits.
Not having to print new fucking game, like physical copies, it would probably make up for the deficit and not having to buy a whole new $60 game.
Well, maybe not anymore because of
you wouldn't have to waste dev time, making a whole entirely new game.
Or in this case, fucking one dev's lunch porting over the game.
Right? Yeah, copying and pasting files over.
I don't know, man. Like, I remember like back in the day, it kind of made sense because graphics and stuff were getting better and better. But these games have looked the same for like the past 5 years.
Yeah, and they're still buggy messes.
And like it looks good, but like you can't justify that anymore. You know?
Right. You
like,
gotta give it more than just it looks good.
Yeah, fucking like I always run into this with Call of Duty because like I fucking love Call of Duty, but at least the games are different, you know?
Yeah.
And the fact that they rotate studios means that the games feel different too. And they have like a bunch of different like weapons and shit. Like it's not just fucking Peyton Manning for... Is he still playing football? I don't know. But like...
No, he's doing insurance commercials.
Okay, well, fucking Tom... wait, that's
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Okay, cool. You know, it's not like just him for the next 8 years, right? It's just like...
Right.
Yeah.
Like, there are other series that I think can get away with like yearly releases. And I think Call of Duty is one of the best ones that can get away with it. With the exception of Black Ops 4. What the fuck was that? Anyway, so... but like...
Wait,
sports
is that
games
the one that just came out?
No, that's Cold War. Which
that's right. Okay.
Apparently, the campaign is supposed to be super, super fucking good.
That's what people are telling me. Because I think it's not realistic at all. It's a complete farce. It's like a big stupid action movie, which is why people like it.
Yeah, fucking. If I wanted to play realism, I'd sit in a bunker. Like,
if I wanted a fucking realistic military experience, I'd fucking join the army.
Yeah,
you know.
And that has the side aspect of getting absolutely fucking ripped. Like,
right?
But like, you know, like I want to play a fucking action movie. You know, and if it spurs me on to like learn a little bit more about like history and like the Cold War, like cool. But like, I don't remember what I was getting about this. I just know that I fucking hate Madden games.
Yeah, that they're just so like not. There's just nothing new to them at all, except for.
Can we just get Blitz back? Just give us Blitz.
What happened to Blitz? I can't. There was like some kind of crazy thing that happened. That's why those aren't coming out anymore. I can't remember what it is though.
Just give us Blitz back.
I think it was just that it was rated M, right? This one that was rated M. Oh no, this was.
I don't think so.
There was one that was rated M, that like had people like just getting beat the fuck up.
Yeah. Either give us Blitz back or give us Street back. One of the two.
Street, that was the M one. Right?
No.
Wait, what's the fucking M one then? The NFL
Blitz.
One. Blitz?
It was one of the Blitz ones that was M. Just one of them.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just gonna look this up.
Like
Blitz the league.
Man. Like who is in charge that thinks? I guess it's because the people who play sports games will just keep buying them. But who is in charge of these sports games who thinks that people just want to play the same boring, stupid bullshit? You know, play the exact same game year after year. But it's not like he's wrong. These fucking idiots keep buying it. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's not any of them who think that. It's literally just they went to the finance department. They said make another one of these.
Yeah, the finance department is like, hey, this game that we've been selling for the last 20 years is still selling pretty well. Do you want us to keep selling it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like such a home run of like marketing. It's just like, hey, we have this product that we have to do nothing with. Like, do you just want to sell it again?
Essentially port over the game and you know, maybe make a couple shitty new models.
What was it? NBA had less features than the last game or whatever.
It had the exact same features.
No, that was Madden.
Changes at all.
Oh, no, that was 2021, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking, oh my god. Like, why is that that's not a selling point.
Right.
That's a returning point.
It shouldn't be on the fucking description page where it says all the cool shit about the game. The fuck?
All the cool shit about the game is exactly the same as the last game. Give us $60.
Because you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to be like the same old Madden that you know and love. You know, that kind of shit.
Then say that shit. Like, oh my god.
No new changes at all.
Like, what? Who fucking is in EA's marketing department that was like, this is a box point. Like, yeah, just use the same fucking shit where it's like, this is the same game you've always known, but it looks slightly prettier. Like,
I bet it's somebody like me who sees the fucking writing on the wall and they're like just fucking around at this point because they don't give a shit.
That is the only explanation. That is literally the only explanation because that is unfucking acceptable. Like, dude, I cannot stand that shit. That pissed me off so much.
Nothing changed.
Nothing will fundamentally change. Thanks, Joe EA Biden. You fucking asshole. Fuck you, EA! Make a good game!
Now that I can agree with.
So what you guys do? You guys do anything like interesting this week?
We bitched about EA.
Yeah.
I caught up on some animus. Well, really only 2. I feel like I watched something else, but I don't think it was good, so my brain erased it. So I caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen.
I am on episode 6. I think.
Episode 7 is where the shit goes down. But you've
Alright.
caught up enough to, you've seen like what happened to the main character and all that shit, and then you saw the next stuff, and then okay.
For the most part, I haven't seen him come back to life yet.
All right, but you know he will.
I know he will, of course.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of put that all together when Doctor was like, "I'm a doctor it up,"
Yeah, I'm gonna cut his fucking balls off. You want him?
and I'm like, "Yeah, he's gonna live.
He's gonna come back to life. Yeah. In the manga, it definitely lasts way longer, and you still kind of know he's coming back, but more stuff happens in between his death and his resurrection.
Okay.
So have you seen any of like the promo material for the show at all? Just kind of
No,
like
I have not.
So in the promo, do you remember that knife he has that gets destroyed? Like
Yeah.
So in all the promo material, he's holding that knife, and they pretend like it's his special weapon or whatever.
That's hilarious.
And then like in the exact same episode where he gets it gets destroyed. It's fucking great.
That's great.
So the reason I kind of want to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen right now is because the character who's like their mentor, Gojo or whatever.
Yeah.
This dude is like, if Kakashi was as powerful as he was cool, you know, if he was as strong as like everybody wanted him to be, that's basically this character.
I see.
You know, and it's so cool. It's super sick. And you know what? They don't even bother with I'm gonna spoil it. They don't even bother with the mystery of like what he looks like under his mask. He just kind of takes it off in one episode.
Nice.
He takes it off in episode 7. I should just tell you.
Does he have eye powers?
He doesn't have eye powers, but his eyes do cool things.
Okay.
But when they explain what like, well, because he's given the explanation for what's essentially like the most powerful move in the series, and he uses it on the guy that attacks him in episode 6 at the end of episode 6.
Okay.
And he does he has like a weird like stand power where it's not like I overpowered you with, you know, a punch or some energy or shit, which he does to this guy, but it's like I made you experience so much. I made you experience everything at once, so now you just can't move. You just can't do anything. Your entire body's just frozen. You have to see it to understand kind of what I'm getting at. But it's super cool. It's in what like he's the reason why this series is why I think it's like so cool. Why I think like it because it's really like we're showing you the cool stuff that the upper level characters can do, and it's not just, you know, I move a little bit faster, I punch a little bit harder. It's like I have access to abilities that will blow your fucking mind. You know?
That's exciting.
It's super cool. I can't wait for the shit that happens later in the manga. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just nuts. Just so nuts.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
And the animation's pretty good too. They keep it pretty consistent, which is nice.
Yeah.
I always get worried in these like kind of more popular kind of mainstreamer shows because
Think it's gonna get front loaded?
Yeah, I'm afraid they're gonna get front loaded with like a lot of good animation, and then like in later episodes it just turns to shit. Which happened in a couple things, but you know, they're doing a pretty good balance of having it be like kind of, you know, less detailed animation when nothing's going on, when they're just trying to get the plot across, and then, you know, when the action's happening, great beautiful animation. Hopefully they're not crunching those animators, which they definitely are. But you know, it is what it is. We'll just have to maybe buy some Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Or read the manga instead.
Oh, use my eyes? What do you mean?
You mean that thing you do when you're watching anime?
Yeah, but like,
because you're definitely not watching a dub.
Yeah, you're right. But Yeah, but I mean, like, you're requiring me to flip the page with my fingers?
If anything, watching a subbed anime is harder than just reading the manga.
I have to flip the pages, though. You're telling me you want me to ruin the binding?
Yeah, that's the whole point. You don't get a manga to put it on a shelf and not read it.
I mean, you read it once and then you...
Staring at my Rosario Plus Vampire collection.
Well, that's Rosario X Vampire. You don't read that. You just jerk off to it.
Okay, well... yeah, but you gotta keep the tissues on hand.
Alright, so in the same vein as Jujutsu Kaisen, I just want to talk about Chainsaw Man a little bit. Doesn't have an anime yet, but, you know, I think it will eventually. I think somebody might have accidentally said something that's probably going to get an anime, but we don't really know yet. Deserves one, because it's like... It has... The plots of this in Jujutsu Kaisen are almost one-to-one, at least at first. They're very, very, very similar, but the way they're executed is very differently, and essentially what they're kind of going for ultimately is very different. Jujutsu Kaisen is going for kind of a more general shonen kind of feel, but Chainsaw Man is like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, but way better. It's very much a series about relationships.
Gotcha.
It's like, and it's all under the veil of kind of just being like a typical shonen, you know, the stuff they kind of do. At first glance, you're like, oh, he's just fighting the bad guy, or he's just talking about, you know, his goals or whatever. But when you really kind of get to the nitty gritty, and when you start looking back on chapters and look at what they said in the context of what they're doing now, you're like, oh, holy shit, I cannot believe this.
It was there all along.
It was there all along. Especially when like you start to figure out who the real villains of the series are. And here's one thing: there's one character that like the whole time you're like, oh, this character is the villain. She has to be, right? And then when the reveal comes that she's the villain, you're still like, holy shit, she was the villain. It's and it's not because there's like, you know, it's not because there's like a big thing where she reveals she betrayed everybody. It's like a very subtle, oh shit, she was the fucking villain.
Gotcha.
You know. So you see it coming, but it still kind of surprises you in how like, kind of how sinister it all was ultimately, which is awesome. So yeah, if you what, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know what else? I was just gonna talk about my week a little bit, but you're good.
I was just gonna say, if you like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, but you want something that doesn't turn into a big pile of shit at the end, well, at least so far, read this.
Yeah, because I was about to say, you're not at the end yet, Deshaun. It's still got time to turn to a...
Well, the author literally said we're in the end game. We're about done. You know.
I gotcha.
It's not a very long manga. It's by the same guy who made Fire Punch, so he does not make very long series.
I gotcha.
I also caught up to Fire Punch, or not Fire Punch, Fire Force. That I'm not sure if it's the most recent episode 20 of season 2. Did you watch it?
I have not yet.
Damn.
I've been watching One Piece.
This is the part. Okay, this is the part where it starts getting extra dark.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
This is where it takes like a huge left turn. Where you're like, what the fuck? Where did this come from?
Understood.
You know? And to the point where the anime has to start censoring stuff. Like, before it wasn't really doing that, now it has to. You know, because of just the level of like violence you start seeing. It's like, what the hell? You know, and they get you so attached to one character, and then they just fuck him up so hard.
I am excited.
It's good though. It's still good though.
I'm excited.
This is where it stops kind of being... I won't lie, it's still kind of like Villain of the Week-ish, but the villains start to feel more like a threat. They start to feel less like just a guy to beat this week, and more like, you know, we have to stop these people. We have to, we're struggling to defeat them, and if we don't stop them, we're all fucked. The entire world is doomed, you know? And you know what? Lastly, I played some Spark, the Electric Jester.
The fuck is that?
It's like a Sonic game if it had Mega Man Zero
Oh,
design.
yes, I've seen this.
Yeah, it's super good. It's like, it's an amazing, just, it's like a fulfillment of the promise that like Sonic games make, you know, being like, you're gonna go fast, you know, you're gonna go stupid fast, you know. It's like if the love child of a Sonic game and a Mega Man Zero game was raised by Kirby, you know, Kirby games. Because you get the I don't know, it's like power up system, weapon system, attack, like you basically like get weapons, and then you know each weapon has like its own moveset, a lot like a Kirby game. A lot of the platforming is very like Mega Man Zero-ish, where you're doing a lot of like in-air movements, and a lot of reaction, a lot of like fast reaction times and shit. And just when you start running, you've got these long stretches, just hit max speed, you know, and just enjoy the feeling of running fast as fuck.
That's cool.
It's so good. They're so good. And then it turned like the last couple bosses, it just turns to like a Dragon Ball Z game.
Okay.
It becomes amazing. It's so good. It's fun. It's funny. It looks great. I haven't touched Spark 2 yet, but I still have to finish Spark 1 because there's like after you beat the main campaign, I guess you play as Fark, who is fake Spark, who's like a robot.
Okay.
So, and he has pretty cool stuff going on too. Like he has a parry, and if you fill his parry bar, you get like a super mode, you know, which I was surprised to get, because I was thinking the whole time, I was like, man, wouldn't it be crazy if like this game had a super mode like Sonic games, and then you know you get it at the very end. You even fight in space and shit. The final boss is doing like Street Fighter moves and shit. Super cool. But then Fart comes along. You can fill his bar, get a super mode. You can like use the bar to completely fill your health. Just good ass game. As far as like this is a like amazing platformer. I'm gonna say underrated, like platformer. Like it's up there with like Hollow Knight and The Messenger and you know stuff like that, where it just feels amazing to do stuff, feels amazing to play, and like the platform feels really good. If you enjoy 2D side-scrolling platformers like Sonic or Mega Man Zero, get this fucking game. Play it. Play the shit out of it.
There's a lot of people who like Mega Man and Sonic platformers.
Yeah. So now play this game that's the combination and have your dick explode. Cause when I say like this game starts doing shit that like shocked me and had me like cheering, I mean it. Like I was having so much fun playing it. There was only one time I was like, "Fuck this," and that was when like you're jumping on like these enemy battleships, and the battleships are just like filled to the brim basically with like enemies, so it's kind of hard getting around them and all that shit. It's kind of frustrating, but I mean that's like one tiny bit in this, you know, not even really huge game, but like nice big game. So you know. This gets that coveted Urban Buddha 9 out of 10.
Damn. That's impressive.
I can't wait to play the second one. Because the second one is more like a Sonic Adventure game. So it'll be good to finally play a good one of those.
Of course.
Also Bloodborne the sequel to Bloodborne should just be Bloodborne in all caps.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, either he took way too many bong hits, or I'm missing something here, and I'm still not sure which.
I was thinking about it. I was just like, the thing about Bloodborne is that it's just such an intense game that you know what? A proper sequel shouldn't even be called Bloodborne 2 Electric Boogaloo. It should be called Bloodborne in all caps, and in the throughout the entire game, all the enemies just yell at you the whole time, just scream at you as loud as fuck. You know, I tweeted that the physical copy should be dripping in a red liquid. You're not allowed to ask where we got it.
God damn. So you know what? I'd be okay if instead of things screaming at you in Bloodborne 2, every time you while you have madness, every now and then there's a phantom enemy that just shows up.
Hey, guess what?
What?
That already happens.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
well, it happens in the catacombs. Not the catacombs. What the fuck is it called? The depths. Anyway, but yeah, if you have a certain, I mean, if you, like literally an enemy will show up if you have like a certain amount of like what is it called? Insight. If you're you have a certain amount of insight, certain enemies will just start showing up that normally aren't there, which is amazing.
That is absolutely. I love those type of things.
I wish the insight stuff kind of had more going on because really, right now all it is like it lets you see kind of extra stuff. It's kind of
like World Tendency.
Yeah, and I wish they kind of played with it a little bit more than they did. They did some decent stuff with it, but it was mostly like cosmetic stuff, like there was a certain enemy that got a new attack when you did it, but other than that, there wasn't really too much.
I think there was enough. It would be nice.
I could have definitely gone for a little bit more. I could have gone for like some bosses being affected by it and maybe some other stuff.
Yeah, but, I think on the next one, like if they do make a Bloodborne 2, they should definitely play around with it a little more. But I think in the first one they did at least enough. They got a passing grade with it.
I wish it was doing stuff like, I guess this could be like a sequel thing, but like illusory walls are really not in Bloodborne at all. So it would be nice if you got like enough insight to see fake walls and shit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like just,
or if you get enough insight, you can get assistance on certain puzzles that like are almost impossible without it.
Well, Bloodborne really doesn't have puzzles.
That's what I'm saying.
You say put in puzzles?
Yes.
In Bloodborne?
Yes.
That's a bad idea.
I like puzzles in all my games.
Well, Bloodborne doesn't need it. Why do you think Bloodborne needs this game about just slaughtering animals or slaughtering fucking anything? Why would it need a fucking puzzle?
Why would it not?
I guess it is a bunch of weird, like, religious shit and bunch of weird temples and stuff, but it doesn't really need a puzzle. All this shit's been like opened already. That's kind of the whole point, that you missed out on the party.
So, there's a thing that happened in Genshin this week that I was like super stoked about. There's an island off the coast of the mainland, right, that you can just randomly go to. It's a bitch to go to, but you just have to make yourself an ice bridge and slowly walk over there. It takes like 5 minutes to get over there.
That sounds exciting.
It wasn't very exciting, but when you get there, there's just random shit on the island, and you go and find this dude's book. If you don't read the book, the island's pointless, but if you read the book, it explains to you a puzzle, and then you have to complete all these like small little side quest things that allow you to do another part of the puzzle, which then allow you to do another part of the puzzle, which then just leads you to fighting another thing. And even though the fight itself was boring as shit, and
nope, lost me.
Yeah, no.
I was like, oh, look, all this sounds like kind of tedious, but it sounds like a cool, like, adventure thing to, like, could have put a puzzle together. But then when you tell me the thing I want the most, which is the fight, is boring, all right, then.
The only reason why the fight is boring is because you fight something that you fought before. It's just a higher level.
It's not one of those, like, big robot sentinel things, is it?
It's one of the big air things.
Oh, that weird, yeah, okay.
So, like, it's not necessarily that the fight was boring. It was another fight.
Yeah, fight. I remember even in the little time I played, I probably fought like 5 or 6 of those things. And I just got tired of it after a while.
Yeah. So far, like the most exciting thing about the game is fighting a new enemy that you never fought before. But then after you fight it like 3 times, you're like, okay, all right, it's just another.
That was definitely where I was. Where I was like, I was looking for more enemy types after a while because I was kind of getting tired of fighting those savages or whatever the fuck was out there.
Just the higher the level you get, the more things you get to fight. But still, it's sometimes not like the fights are just like it's just another slime. All right.
Especially when you just like slaughter them all in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But
yeah, see, I'm always a fan of like secret puzzles and stuff, like because that thing is just like. The reason why it took me forever to do that puzzle was the fact that I completely forgot there was elemental sight. So I'm like sitting there like, how do I trigger this thing to work? All you have to do is use elemental sight and then shoot the things.
Yeah.
It's dumb. But I love the puzzle. It was great. I
wouldn't mind like a secret puzzle, but like a puzzle I have to do in a Bloodborne game, fuck that.
I'm just talking about secret puzzles, like where you
a secret puzzle would be cool.
Where it would be hard to do
by insight.
Like you could do it without insight, but having insight makes it so you actually see the puzzle pretty much.
Yeah. What else did you do, Cameron?
I watched Into the Spider-Verse again.
That's a good one.
The movie is fantastic.
What made you want to watch that again?
Just it's good. My girlfriend wanted to watch it, so
there you go.
And it's fucking great. So I was like, yes, please, I'll watch that again.
I've probably watched it too many times, honestly.
There's a lot of
shit ton.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why you should watch that movie at least twice. Because watching it the first time, you don't really notice a bunch of like the foreshadowing and like how well paced the movie is.
Yeah.
Second time you watch it, that whole entire intro sequence is literally just the entire movie's foreshadowing. The entire plot of the movie is in that first like minute and a half.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's fantastic.
You miss a lot of your first time through. You miss a lot of the interesting background stuff too.
That too, yeah.
There's a lot of like really good kind of like background gags or like a lot of like world building stuff too.
Yeah, a lot of small little tiny details. They're just like, oh yeah, I don't have to look at the foreground anymore. I can actually just see what's going on.
One thing I really appreciate is that they didn't just they didn't make Miles' New York just our New York. It really is like an alternate New York. It's like an alternate world. It's like it's not because in Marvel Comics Earth 616 is the regular Earth. Yeah. This is not the regular Earth. This is like the alternate other Earth that got made, and the Peter that comes in is like the regular Peter.
The other thing that got me was Gwen was just a week behind. Like she was a week in the future, basically, in her universe.
What do you mean?
She in her little intro, it says she got blasted back by a week or something like that.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, that's a cool little detail.
Yeah, she's just been kind of hanging out for a while.
Yeah.
No idea what's really going on, but which is super weird because then it's like, all right, well, how are you going to school
in a week?
How are you? Yeah.
Like, how did you get? I mean, then again, she's like a genius, so she just probably hacked the school and put herself on the roster. But still, like, you're just sitting there like, oh, okay.
The one thing I like the most about Spider-Verse is that it took Miles and it took Spider-Gwen and actually made them into interesting characters. Because before they were just nothing. Miles was just Black Peter and Gwen was just like the
female Peter,
just punk girl, just generic punk girl, basically who had spider powers, and that was essentially it. So
that's a selling point for me.
I guess, but I mean,
it's a selling point for a lot of people.
Yeah, sure, if you like your girls generic and boring.
Dude, she fits me.
She was very much just like, I'm a punk girl in a band, and this is my personality.
Yeah, I will say that they did make the personalities significantly better than I think a lot of the comics that because I haven't really read too many of the comics, but I've seen a lot of snippets.
Because here's the deal, Miles was made by like Brian Michael Bendis, who is one of the shittiest writers in fucking comic books right now. Like, he used to be pretty decent, but he's just turned to complete shit over the last decade. So when he wrote Miles, he just wrote another Peter, and not even like an interesting Peter, just basically a pussy bitch ass coward Peter, who was completely unlikable, and he was constantly like being a dickhead to everyone he knew and being super selfish, you know. And this is after he became Spider-Man, you know. This is not him learning to not be selfish, you know.
Yeah.
And then becoming Spider-Man. He was just a piece of shit, you know. So then when they did this, that kind of like the Spider-Verse kind of colored now every iteration of Miles, because now he's like, you know, in the fucking Miles Morales Spider-Man game, he's basically a lot like the Miles from Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
You know, the whole like him being like this artist and being in the hip hop and music and all that shit was not part of his character before.
Gotcha.
You know?
Okay.
He was just a science nerd essentially.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like that's a good fucking thing to introduce, though.
No, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying he just had no character before.
Okay.
Like them adding all that stuff finally gave Spider-Verse finally gave Miles his own character and made him different, you know. Even his suit, which was just, you know, in the comic books was just kind of a boring typical regular suit. In Spider-Verse, he makes it himself. He spray paints it. He colors it himself, you know. And it looks way better than the spray paint design looks way fucking better than it does in the comic books, where it's just somebody just sewed him a regular ass suit, you know. Somebody just made him a fucking suit.
Gotcha.
So Spider-Verse. I hope they don't fuck up the sequel.
I don't either. Because the ending, fantastic.
Yeah, where a fucking 2099 shows up and he gets
and it does the first meme in a movie I've ever seen done right.
That actually made you laugh. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was pretty good. And watching it the second time, still pretty good.
I really, because I figured that is where they'll go. They'll do like, because that guy's name is Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, Spider-Man 2099. So yeah, they probably will go with the whole them jumping through time and shit and dealing with others. That would be cool. That would be interesting. Like they're probably like chasing down somebody through time or through all these different dimensions.
Definitely down with Nick Cage being Spider-Man again.
Hell yeah. I wish we kind of got more from him in Spider-Verse, because he was kind of just there to be comic relief and didn't really do much else.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. Still, they get, you know.
Yeah.
I do know.
Yep. But yeah, I'll say the ending also where Gwen's asking for Miles' help while he's like laying in bed.
Oh yeah. Where the portal
cool.
literally opens up and then I think they're like in the comic books they were dating. I'm not sure if they still are, but
that's definitely what they were setting up.
Yo, long distance relationship through dimensions.
Couldn't get much longer, to be honest. Would it be alright to sleep around with other people in that situation?
Would it be alright to see other people?
Yeah, we'll sleep around with other people, at least.
I don't know. They're still a little young for that in the movie.
Well, I'm just saying.
Like, give them like 2 years, then I'm just like, sure, fuck it.
Well, I mean,
we'll say they are old enough, you know.
Sure, fuck it.
It's like, what, girl? Like, you live in a different dimension. What am I supposed to just not fuck?
I mean, yes, but also.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's kind of the point.
It's kind of the whole point of a relationship.
It's kind of the whole point of an exclusive relationship? I don't know.
I mean, like, if that's the agreement they came to, then, like, sure.
Right,
but,
yeah.
like,
Yeah, I mean,
also,
that's an agreement. At that point, it's an open relationship.
Right, yeah, that point's not exclusive, so.
I mean, I feel like
entirely.
at the point that you're not even in the same reality as someone most of the time, like, that is
probably set these standards up early.
Yeah, that's not exactly like one of the things that I would find restrictive. You know, it's like, sure, fucking pal around, like.
We live in other dimensions. I can't even have children with you, or else they will die. Their molecules will disintegrate.
They'll just, that is super weird.
So, I don't know. That sounds like a problem for not me.
Right, yeah. It sounds like
that's
a
how
problem
you
for
get.
some
That's how you
novel
create
writer.
the dimension hopping baby.
That sounds okay. Anyway,
there is the Spider-Man. Anyway.
This looks nothing like what they do when they're socially interacting with another. They perform all sorts of odd behaviors, much like we might do in front of the mirror to see what we look like when we do that new dance step, or when we just want to see how we look.
I'm just gonna talk about my week because
Go for it.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I just played way too much fucking StarCraft. I have just decided that League of Legends may not be the game for me to play right now. I mean, it's okay.
I love the new patch. I love this new patch so much.
I need to spend a lot of time like relearning a lot of like shit. I guess.
I'm just so happy to play League where no one questions what you're building.
Yeah, but
it's so nice to just be able to like build where the fuck you want, and everyone goes, ah.
But like, I've just been playing a shit ton of StarCraft, and it's been really fun. I suck massive cock at it, but like that just doesn't matter because it's 1v1. So like the only person I'm hurting is myself. Yep. I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun with it. That was basically my entire week. It was like work and play StarCraft and practice guitar, and that's kind of it.
Mm-hmm. I've been working on Power Rangers. Man, I'm so.
Hey, I saw you play a fucking. Shut up! I saw you play Borderlands 3.
I was playing Borderlands 3.
What's the deal? You hate those games?
I don't hate those games. I never hated those games.
Yeah, no.
You know what
just
I hate?
trying to start shit.
You know what I hate about those games? The only thing I hate about those games is how the story falls to pieces in like 4 missions.
Oh yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
only...
story is definitely not the story, and the characters are definitely not the best part of those games to me.
But so let me
except
talk
for
about...
in Tales of.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Tales of the Borderlands is so bomb.
It's really good. Actually, three's not too bad, other than like the quips and like this. Like if you take the story itself, the story's pretty good so far. Mm-hmm. The way they explain the story, I'm just like, I'm okay. But my favorite thing about it so far is legitimately the gameplay is so much faster than it used to be. Mm-hmm. There is a slide mechanic, and I don't know about you guys, but adding a slide mechanic to any game just makes the game feel so much faster.
You like a Titanfall 2?
Yeah, like Titanfall 2. Like Apex. If
a what now?
What?
A what now?
I was saying like Apex.
What is that?
Right. Titanfall 3, but got canceled, so became Apex.
Titanfall 2.5. Okay.
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah.
2.5.
No. It's Titanfall 2 with reduced mechanics.
Titanfall minus 2.
Titanfall -2. But they had sliding, and sliding is a lot of fun in that game. Just sliding and shooting people. I'm sad that you can't like look down the sights while sliding.
Oh, that sucks.
So, but it's okay because every weapon in that game is basically a shotgun. So it's fine.
So quick kills.
Yeah, there's a lot of quick kills, but also just the spray is just like concise. So like even if you aren't like hitting the target, you're probably hitting the target.
Okay.
But yeah, so I play a character that every time he kills somebody, he moves faster. The faster he moves, the more damage he does. So literally, it's just run and gun, and just sprint around, kill things as fast as possible, sprint away, sprint at things, kill them as fast as possible.
Nice.
That's a good time. So yeah, the gunplay in the game is fun. It's fun. It's enjoyable. I definitely have a good time while playing it. That's what really matters. And then, so I played that. Played a bunch of TFT. Played a bunch of League. Played Power Rangers. Pissed that Power Rangers Major got canceled this week.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that they got canceled.
Yeah. I don't know why, but apparently there's some internal stuff that's going on with the organization that was hosting it. So.
Yeah, one of them probably got outed as a sexual pest.
I don't know, but
usual.
It just sucks. I'm just pissed because I really wanted to compete.
Is this like a kind of a bigger thing, or was it?
This was a major that got canceled.
Oh yeah, you say it was a major, yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't any small little like just local tournament. It was actual like I think it was like $500 to $600 for grand prize and whatnot. It was. I'm sad.
That's unfortunate.
But if they reschedule it and do it after the Scorpina patch, that'll be great. Scorpina looks like she's going to be like a Captain America. We don't have any like actual details on her, but she has a boomerang, and therefore she's going to become the Captain America.
shit. I
Shield
need to play this
slash.
game again.
I have it downloaded. I don't want to get into it because, you know.
I'll ask you to play.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll start running it, and you'll see I'm playing it on Steam or some shit, and you'll be like, "Hey, wanna play? Hey, wanna play? Hey, wanna
No,
play?"
I would not ask you to play me in that aspect. I'll just be like, hey, you want me to help you with anything, if anything, but yeah.
Plus, I gotta buy all the DLC still too, and that's like $60.
I mean, you don't really need to. Jason's in the base cast.
Yeah, I do, because some of the characters are people I actually want to play.
Oh, okay.
Daishi.
I was gonna say, like, literally the best fucking character in the game is in the base cast.
Yeah.
Who? Jason? No.
Jason, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I remember Jason being broken in the beginning. Is he still broken?
He's good. He's not broken at all anymore. They decreased like all the broken stuff from him, so he's not broken.
He can
does
still
no
like
damage.
2L 4 times though.
He can still 4L 2 times or 4 times. Yeah.
It's like at that point, fucking
Do you need
So
to confirm
stupid.
your hit?
so fucking stupid.
Ah, I hit him. Okay, we can combo now.
All right, let me rephrase that. He's not the most broken, but he's certainly like he has the least amount of issues out of every single character. I think
He is the most all-rounder character there has ever been.
Yeah.
He's just really fucking strong.
He is just above average at everything he does.
Yeah. And so it's just like if you need like, and the worst part is he goes in any fucking slot.
He does go in any slot.
Like it'd be one thing if he was like an all-rounder and also he was only a point, but he's literally any fucking slot.
Yeah, he's like, do you need to build meter? I got you. Do you need me
Did you need to spend meter? I got you. Like,
do you need me to finish off a character? Tag me in. Do you need a good assist? I'm there for you.
just like it's so
Do you
stupid.
need an OTG? I got you. Do you
So
need a way to stagger somebody? I got you.
Okay, so this is making me think. In the same vein as we need to rethink kind of genres, I think we need to rethink character balance.
You mean one character shouldn't have literally everything?
Because instantly when a character seems a little like extra buffed, everybody's like broken, you know. But I really think it's just some of these characters are just kind of strong, dude.
I think
They're just good. They're just tough characters, and like you know, they might have like ease of access to doing a lot of this stuff, but at the end of the day, they can still be beaten.
I
you know?
don't think us three, need to rethink character balance. I think the
We don't
casual
probably,
player.
yeah, the casual does.
The
But
casual
I think
needs to
even us,
understand.
just to kind of make sure our kind of stance is made, we need to understand. We need to like talk about it in a way that shows like it's not just that the character's broken; it's that they're just extra strong. You know.
Yeah. Like,
I think I would agree with that for most characters in that game. I think Jason is the exception. He's just everything he has is just better than most people's.
So no,
And
Jason is not broken at all, not even close.
I don't know, dude. His projectile is like the strongest in the game, isn't it?
It is one of the strongest, yes, but it can be reflected. There's a lot of things to get through it. There's a lot of ways to ignore it. There's also a lot of ways to punish him for doing it.
I guess. I don't know. Like, he just has very strong buttons in general.
He does have good buttons. Again, the thing is, he lacks a lot of other things.
I'm waiting.
He lacks damage. He lacks conversion opportunities. He lacks what's it called? A 50-50.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He can't. I was thinking like conversion opportunities, but they took away his 6S confirm, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have they had to buff him at all since release? It's only been nerfs, right?
They've only nerfed him.
Oh my god.
The main thing that got nerfed was his assist, and his 6S. I think are the only two things that really got nerfed.
I know they nerfed his super damage a little bit. But
Oh yeah, they definitely nerfed his super.
Because remember when
thing
even at the end of a combo that would take 70% of your HP?
It's like, oh yeah, let me do the second hit of his ult or his super didn't scale.
So fucking.
So as long as both hits hit, it was just like the first hit would do a little bit, and the second hit would just.
Yeah, that was so stupid. Yeah, he's better now, but he's still like just an insanely good character.
Like, he's a good all-round. Like I said, he's a good all-rounder. He is A tier. He is not S tier by any means. He doesn't have like 7,000 conversions like RJ or Lauren.
Oh fuck, that's what I wanted to pick up with Lauren. I forgot about her.
Well, yeah, Wet Ranger.
So.
But yeah, Power Rangers is still the shit. It's still fucking great. It's still kind of nasty, and it's still broken. So yeah, it's one of my favorite fighting games.
Hey Cameron, you should get into Tekken 7 a little harder now.
I really should.
Cause
it's getting rollback.
Brian Fury just got some buffs that he really didn't fucking need, and I think you'll like them. It's a lot. They like made like his like attacks off of like his taunt moves are stronger now for some fucking reason, which he didn't need because they were already stupid broken and doing insane amounts of damage. But whatever. He's like a little bit fast. Like it's a little bit faster now. Warren got some new stuff too, though. I just gotta figure out how to use it. 'Cause it's kind of weird.
Okay. Yeah, I might have to start getting into that too.
Yeah.
Also, I just got a new stick, so I should probably
nice.
learn how to play on stick more.
What kind of stick? Is
But are you gonna?
It's a Rap 4. Ready Arcade Pro 4.
What is that like? Good? Is that cheap?
It's not that cheap actually. It's a really good one. It needs different buttons to be like
Oh, it's this one.
well received, but like other than that, it feels really nice. It's super responsive. It's very convenient. I like it more than my PS4 controller when it comes to playing on PC because it is that much more responsive. However, I'm bad at stick.
Yeah, I'm kind of
that's
glad
like
that
my one problem with trying to transition over to like a fight stick is that I know I'm gonna suck ass at it for a little while.
Yeah, like I just have to accept that I'm gonna be bad. Like because like I can do all my normal stuff on it. It's just micro movement that I have the most issue with.
I think the only game I would ever actually be good at with stick is Soul Calibur 2, and that's because I used to play the fuck out of that game at the arcade near my house.
Gotcha. Like for me, I play Dragon Ball and Marvel Infinite on stick. Those were the games I learned that on. So playing on a controller is far worse than playing on a stick.
Yeah, I drop combos constantly on controller in Dragon Ball. Combos that I never drop on stick. Although I will say, part of that is because the only time I play a controller is on PS4, and the fucking combo timings are different on PS4 and PC.
Yeah, you want to know why?
It's input lag.
PS4 has innately 1 frame of input lag.
I don't think it's... I mean, I'm sure that is 1 frame, but like, it's a little bit... Like, the timings are significantly different. It's not just like a 60th of a fucking second.
But yeah, it is at least... There's innately, I think it's like 1 or 2 frames, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just like so ridiculous. Just play a PC.
Just play on PC.
But tapping buttons feels so good.
It does. But that's why I'm glad I learned on stick.
The other thing with this stick that I want to change out is I want to put in Octagate instead of a whatever the 4
Dude,
gate is called.
yeah. Square gate.
Yeah. Yeah, because I hate the I need the little bumpers because I feel like we're retarded if I don't have them.
Yeah. I definitely get punished a lot because
holding straight down instead of diagonal down.
Well, no, because like square gate allows you to like feel that, but like I'll be holding back, but like it's not correct back. So even though I'm trying to block an overhead, it's not like high enough up.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And like I have an Octagate, it's just in my other fight stick that I never use. So I need to like take that apart and then take this one apart and swap them. But obviously, fucking, I'm not using a fight stick to play StarCraft, so I haven't plugged mine in for a while.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the only thing that I really want out of anything. Like I don't even care about the buttons. I just want to put an Octagate in this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was basically it for me. Like,
you know what? Speaking of fucking fighting games, hey Cameron, did you see that Street Fighter 6 was confirmed in that Capcom leak?
I'm not looking at any of the leaks.
Well, you don't have to, because I'm going to read them to you.
No, I think we're good. Because that's fucked. The whole situation is fucked.
I don't care.
I care.
It's out there, and if somebody's reporting on it, then it's reported on. There's no point in pretending like it doesn't exist, like we don't know.
But yeah,
That's
we all
retarded.
assumed it was confirmed anyways.
No, what makes this hack and leak any different from any other hack or leak? Everybody suddenly gets all a moral fucking because people's addresses were leaked as if they aren't fucking leaked every single time this happens.
I was gonna say I think it's more or less the encryption and ransom part of it.
Who cares? As if that shit isn't exactly what happens every fucking time. There's always fucking leaks of this shit. How you think somebody hacked in and stole the shit? Every time we get a leak, and it's totally like the Dragon Ball FighterZ leak. You think someone got that nice and legally?
But the difference is encrypting their data and then putting it up for ransom.
Yeah, they're dickheads.
The difference is
and they're assholes, and they're criminals, and
the difference is between the criminal going to the place and going, I'm gonna take all these bags of chips, I'm out of here, versus, hey, give me all the money in the register. That's the difference.
They didn't hold a gun up to fucking Capcom. They're just like, we're just gonna give this shit out. No one is like, we're gonna destroy your whole fucking company. We're just gonna.
They literally said they're gonna destroy all your data that they encrypted. It's literally what they said.
But did they? No, they just leaked it. All that shit, like Capcom still has. They knew they weren't gonna do that shit. It's the same threat you get whenever some dipshit sends you a fucking email like, I'm gonna leak some secret shit about you. Give me $200. Fuck them.
Stop.
Anyway, now that Ono is gone, looks like Street Fighter is getting a 6th entry. We don't know anything about it yet, though. Which, you know, of course, it probably just started. I doubt it's devved at all.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just out there. I figured this is like, you know, since Ono was taken off of 5 in a pretty contentious way, it seems. I wonder how different this is going to be. It's definitely not going to be Third Strike. Which everybody is like, maybe they'll make 6 like Third Strike now. Third Strike is just, it's dead, guys. They'll get ported to like the PS5 maybe into another collection, but there you go. Ooh, okay. This is good. GameStop cancels employee contest to earn Black Friday work hours. Did either of you see anything about this?
I did.
No.
This,
hold on, I need to read this.
Why?
This is insane.
Absolutely.
When I first heard about this, I thought it was like a joke when I first heard about this story.
Wait. This isn't a joke?
So basically, let's see. Does it just say when? All right. So, originally reported by The Gamer, news broke on November 3rd that GameStop had announced a TikTok competition across its stores that tasked employees with performing a synchronized dance with their coworkers in exchange for a prize. The prize included an Amazon Echo 8, an Amazon Echo Auto, a $100 Visa gift card, and 10 extra work hours on Black Friday. No, that's not like 10 free hours, you know, on your paycheck or anything.
That's 10 hours you have to work.
That's 10 hours that the managers have to deliberate to the fucking employees. So, congratulations, slaves. You worked harder for more work. I fucking hate GameStop. I cannot believe this shit. This is embarrassing.
It is ridiculous.
And everybody else agreed, so everybody was shitting on GameStop so hard that they fucking canceled it. Because, holy shit.
Like, I could understand...
What were they fucking thinking?
I could understand, like, oh, you'll get an extra, like, 10 hours of, like, paid fucking whatever, or you, like, make 10 hours of OT on those days or whatever. Like, I could see that. Like, because then it's like, well, if you're already working, like, fucking, here's the little something. But, like, that's just, like, literally 10 extra hours. And also, I understand... Speaking as someone who's working fucking minimum wage, like, sometimes you need 10 extra hours. That's not how I would want to get it, you know?
Yeah. I'm not gonna fucking, you know, embarrass myself for this shit. I'm not gonna make a fool of myself to get 10 extra hours. Holy shit.
That's so ridiculous.
And I'm pretty sure that's not even like 10 extra hours, like per person.
Yeah, it's just for the store.
That's total.
Oh my god. That is so absolutely like stupid. Like who in their fucking marketing team thought that was a good idea?
Who, like, how do you... Somebody must have been like, alright, we took a lot of heat for, you know, not taking care of our employees when the COVID shit started. So let's get on their good side by doing this, apparently.
Yeah, like, again, fucking who? Like, what robot was in the fucking marketing team and was like, you know what'll do good? If we give them an extra 10 hours of work during, like, the fucking peak for people to come in and be like, this isn't what Little Timmy wanted. It's like, what did Little Timmy want? He wanted a PS5. And it's like, oh, well, you fucking bought, like, a Nintendo DS. Like, I don't know how you fucked that up. But, like...
What fucking algorithm was like, you know, contest for prize will raise morale, you know? This is... Yeah, you're right. This is nuts.
There's like only one way that this could have been greenlit. It is like, if somebody in marketing was like, oh, what if we pay them OT for Black Friday, or like for the Black Friday week, you know? Yeah. And then somebody was like, got it, give them 10 extra hours for Black Friday week. And it's like, you got the OT part, right? And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, that is the only fucking way that I could see this making
somebody
fast.
Coming along and fucking it up in the process and being like, how can we skim some money off of this?
Like, I could see that. I would definitely come in for like a 10-hour shift if all of it was OT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, what the fuck? Like,
that's so crazy. Why would GameStop do this shit? Why? Who like what?
What dumb motherfucker?
Who's making these decisions for them? Who is like why?
Dude, they just need to hire us as their fucking marketing team.
You know what? We would definitely. People would like GameStop a lot more if we were in charge, for sure.
I know I would.
Because at least it would feel like some people who gave a shit about people working were in charge, you know?
Yeah, like, the other thing, too, is, like, I can kind of see where this started from. Like, because I'm pretty sure GameStop is in the red and has been for a while.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, they're like, okay, fucking... We probably haven't been giving our people enough hours. This will seem like a good thing, but it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
This does feel like the fucking dying swings of a desperate man trying to fight for his life. You know, like they don't really have much left in the tank, and they don't really know what they can do. So they're just throwing whatever out there. But they're being held back by their fucking greed. You know, that corporate disgusting greed.
It's like slime just holding them back.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like sticky.
The other thing, too, is it's not like it's a fun fucking job.
Right.
It's a customer service job with arguably some of the people who are most bitchy about their product. Like...
You're not even wrong.
Dude, I'm a gamer and I work in coffee. Like, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Fucking, like, shit is insane. Why the fuck would that be a prize? It's
and, like,
so dumb.
And like, you're hearing like how they get paid in this shit, and like they get paid on like commission or whatever the fuck, like how many people they get to buy when they're in the store or whatever, like crazy weird shit. And they're like forcing these people who just kind of want to be like behind the counter guys working at a game store, forcing them to kind of act like fucking car salesmen to get a fucking game sold.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's so insane.
Like, unless they make 1-to-1 for the game, like, unless I'm making $60 every time I sell a game, like.
Yeah.
I could see like making, I would say like 5% of every game sold would make sense. But if I'm also not getting paid minimum wage because of that,
yeah. If they're treating me like a fucking like a waiter or a waitress or something and doing the tips thing, yeah.
I would take that, but fucking like.
Well, it depends. Are you in a place that sells a lot of games? Are you know?
No, I'm not. I'm in California. There's other shit to do here besides gaming.
Yeah. So if your store's gonna fail, you ain't making shit. You're making less than minimum wage.
Unless you go to fucking the FCC or whatever, or the Better Business Bureau. You can actually fucking like sell for that or sue them for that shit.
You can, yeah.
But it's just like fucking. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, if Starbucks did that shit, I would just legit quit. I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me?
For every Frappuccino sold, you get one of the revenue.
Dude, I would take that shit.
1% off buying your own Frappuccino.
No, but like if they were just like, yeah, you get to work 10 extra hours, like, because technically we are supposed to work every single day of the year, regardless of whether it's a holiday or not. But we do get holiday pay.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, like I absolutely signed up for Christmas and Thanksgiving to work because fucking I'm not celebrating. Fuck that noise. Like, and instead I'm gonna make some dank fucking cash.
Yeah.
The fucking 6 hours that I'm there. But like, if they ran a contest where the fucking like prize was 10 extra hours, and the other thing I was reading in the article was like it can only be spread on that week.
On the week of Black Friday, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not even fucking like, it's not even like, okay, we're gonna save this in the bank, because like I could see a manager being like, okay, we're gonna need 10 hours eventually. Let's do this and hope we win.
Day,
yeah. But like, if it's only for that week, fucking no. Like,
it's like when you like I got a $30 gift card from Amazon a while ago, and it gave me like a week to use it.
Yeah.
You know.
Or
so
like,
it's like, what the fuck was even the point?
I got one for Amazon because I bought that the guitar a while ago, and it's like you can get another $5 off on a musical instrument. I'm like, I'm not looking to spend another $100 to save $5.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know,
and it wasn't even musical instrument related. It had to be a musical instrument, and I was just like,
It's like don't you want to buy something else?
That's the equivalent of saying you get 50% off any order of $10 or less. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take a fucking Big Mac for half off. But
you want those $2 that bad?
Dude, if there's a Big Mac selling for $4 and I'll pay $2 for it, fuck yeah, I'll take that. What?
But not like $100 fucking guitar or some shit, or like a fucking...
Yeah, well, it's like, it'd be one thing if it was 50% off of a $100 purchase, but it's $5 off. It's like,
right.
I literally can't afford another guitar unless you were giving it to me. And at that point, I'll take it. Like, it's just ridiculous. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
I'm done with I'm too angry for this shit.
All right. I think that's good place for
corporate culture.
podcast.
It's horrible corporate culture, and I can't fucking stand it.
That's basically me right now.
Anyway.
Oh, god damn it.
So hey, Cameron.
Yeah.
If people wanted to watch you playing Borderlands, where would they find that?
Nowhere.
Oh, okay then.
Well, maybe one day on stream, but probably not. Probably not. But if you're going to catch any of my other gameplay of things like Power Rangers or League or TFT, you can find me at I Press the Buttons on Twitch, and then IPT Buttons on Twitter, and then I Press the Buttons on YouTube.
Awesome. What about you, Derek?
You can find me at Game Second on everything, and I'm mostly active on Twitter now.
Rad. If you want to find me stealing Capcom's information, you can find that at Mr. Urban Buddha on Twitter, YouTube, and Super Urban Buddha on Twitch.
Because looking at a news article is stealing.
And remember, go fuck yourself.